Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we're going to be doing third lord in the ninth house, and what happens when you have your third lord in the ninth house. And I know I'm wearing the same shirt from 2 days ago. I have taken a shower. I have brushed my teeth. I have washed my face. It's just that I'm so tired and I don't really go out, so I just put the same thing on. All right, so just relax. I'm swamped with work here. So third lord in the ninth house. Well, what is the third lord or third house? Third house represents your communication and your intellect. Something that you intellect that you use to create something, as in your hobbies, perhaps your skills, your artistic skills of sculpting, painting, sewing, designing, okay, and or it can show something like dramatic media arts, like acting into plays and movies, because it requires your intellect and skills. It shows your siblings, it shows your close neighbors and short distance travel. The third house represents your hands of writing and communicating through writing. It's a house of your courage, and it's a house of your willpower, because it's a significated by Mars. When that lord, that planet, goes into the ninth house, what happens? Well, what is the ninth house? Ninth house is a house of higher philosophy, higher learning, religion, law, spirituality, dealing with gurus, traveling abroad, meeting new people, expressing yourself through new cultures and new, religion and people. So when that is in the ninth house, it shows that your things of the third house are being expressed through the ninth house, meaning that your communication will be very highly philosophical, perhaps religious or spiritual. You will be very much learning your communication skills from your gurus, and your siblings might actually become your gurus, because they might be so well educated and intelligent. So you're like, you know what? I want to follow my siblings, even your younger siblings. Hey man, this guy is intelligent. Let me follow him. But mainly it's a house of your younger siblings both, although older is 11th house, but still it shows your development skills through your friends, your siblings and neighbors who are perhaps highly educated, and you were like surrounding these people. Like how some people might grow up in a ghetto, but some people might grow up in Beverly Hills or next to lawyers and doctors, and their kids were your friends, and you suddenly started learning all sorts of new knowledge. So that's what it represents. It represents your skills of writing, or skills of expressing yourself in a written form, may show your philosophical views about things, may show your religious views about something, and your hardcore beliefs about something. And third house represents short distance travel, which now it's directly opposite to long distance travel. It shows you're going to be taking a lot of long distance trip on behalf of your siblings, on behalf of your education, on behalf of perhaps your business as well. Okay, and it can, with certain planets, it definitely will show business and education as well. But as I said, depending upon certain planets, it'll be expressed differently through them, but with the same concept. Okay, so let's discuss that now. What it also shows is that if your planets like Sun and Moon are a lord of the third house, like Cancer and Leo, and they're sitting in the ninth house, shows that your parents were very much involved in developing your communication skills, as every planet is, but they had a more say on it. And your parents were very spiritual, religious, and they expressed their own intelligence and knowledge through spirituality and philosophy and following the law. And through that, you gain experience, and including your siblings too, were involved in a higher learning and spirituality through your parents. And it shows that your skills were developed through your father or mother, depending upon if it's the sun or moon, because sun represents your father, your personality, your self-esteem, your what do you call ego. See how busy I am? It's wacko in my head right now. Moon represents your mind, emotions, mother. So all of these things can be expressed through the ninth house, meaning that you're always thinking about higher things. You're thinking about spirituality, religion, philosophy. You're communicating about philosophy and religion, okay? And with Sun, it's your personality and your ego is well developed, because now it's in the ninth house. It's in a very good house. You're very much, very following like to the tooth and nail and law kind of a guy or a girl who goes out and does everything right according to what the parents or the father told you. Okay, and let's say if benefic planets like Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter are sitting here. Well, Venus is your ability to form relationships, and it represents marriage for people, especially wife and a husband in a man's chart. It shows that you can meet your wife in a foreign land. You may meet your wife on a long distance trip. Your marriage will be happening with a spouse who might be very religious or very philosophical and will have higher education in whatever field that they're in. And let's say Mercury, who really does represent the third house of communication, speech, writing, public speaking, business, is in the ninth house, shows that you're, first of all, great placement to getting published, because ninth house is a house of publication. You write in the third house and it gets published in the ninth house because it's seventh from itself. So you express your writing through directly opposite to, which is other people. Okay. So, and it shows that you will travel abroad, or you will travel to quite a distance to get education. Maybe at a young age, maybe at earlier, depending upon when Mercury Dasha came in. It shows that your big business skills are being expressed through getting higher education, perhaps like MBA. Jupiter rules the third house, goes into the ninth house, shows that you can be a coach, you can be a guru to other people, because third house represents your skills, your artistic skills or your willpower, your fighting ability. Shows you can be a teacher of art, teacher of culture and religion and philosophy. You can even be like a sports coach as well, coach of fighting sports, something like that. But it also shows that you respect your teachers and your gurus very much, and they helped you develop your communication skill from a very early age. You might have a favorite teacher. When malefic planets like Mars and Saturn goes into the ninth, they go into the ninth house. That may spell some mixed results, but mainly it never has to be bad. A lot of people have this access, so let's say Mars controls the third house, goes into the ninth house, shows that you could be into sports. And actually ninth, whenever Mars is in the ninth house, it's a very good placement for sports. Somebody who's a fighter and athlete who will not stop until he or she has won their match. And third house, obviously, is the house of courage and fighting, and Mars represents that. So it shows your brothers and your male friends were very much involved in your communication ability. They helped you develop whatever communication that they did, whether good or bad. That will be seen through aspect and conjunction. You can be going into a field of engineering, or you can be going into the field of any kind of learning that requires the Mars significance, whether it's engineering or medical business or medical field. Okay, if Saturn rules the third house, goes into the ninth house, shows that your ability to go to distant lands, your ability to learn, have communication with other people, especially your gurus or your siblings, may have had a bit of a hard time, because Saturn is a delayer of things. He frustrates you. He wants to put structure into things. He wants you to be disciplined. So as the third lord in the ninth house, shows that you may run into people that you may not have the same viewpoints with. You may be not invited to be in some higher institution. You may not get published till later on in life. You may not finish your higher grad or your graduate education till late 20s or mid 30s. But it shows that your siblings were very much law-abiding siblings, and that you had a very concrete relationship with your siblings, your gurus, and all the people that you ran across when you were traveling, even as a young person. So you felt this burden, and you felt stuck with all of these things of life that regarding to the third house and the ninth house, because now Saturn not only aspects the third house, but it's in the ninth house, and it delays things, unless of course he has positive aspect of other planets. Then it'll develop your communication skills early. Otherwise, your communication skills are developed slow, and you may find really hard teachers who may even hit you, who may even freaking abuse you mentally and psychologically, because Saturn again wants to frustrate you in early age. So that's what all these planets do. So guys, this was my analysis of third lord in the ninth house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your third lord is placed and what aspect and conjunction your planets are receiving in your horoscope, for that, check out the links below, or check out this link here. And there you will find your full astrological report, the most comprehensive on the web, including my books, Astrology, Aspects and Conjunction at the Speed of Light, that will tell you everything about astrology that you need to know. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.